So glad to be here in Auckland, New Zealand. When I first wrote a paper on New Zealand, I was like in the second or third grade. And at that time, I lived in a little house trailer on a farm, a cotton farm. I was a working girl, right? Never believed when I wrote that report that I'd actually go to that place. At that time, anybody in my life would have told me it was not a possibility. So I didn't ask permission. I just knew it happened someday. I didn't know when, didn't know how, I didn't know why. Truthfully, I forgot about it for a while. Right? I let it just sit on the back shelf. Not sure when or where it happened. But as you can see, I'm standing here now. And I didn't know what I'd tell you. I didn't want to tell you about my past. I didn't want to tell you about my trauma. I wanted to tell you about how I like to live life fully. Really deeply, very passionately, sometimes with it all in my sleeves. Sometimes singing and dancing, other times crying, maybe even wailing. But there's one thing that I knew for sure. Every day, I like to go on an adventure. I have all kinds of adventures, and I didn't realize that I had more adventures than other people do. I tell people about my adventures because they just seem normal, like everyday things to me. And sometimes people actually judge me for them, think I may be trying to hurt myself. And I have more than once. And a few times probably subconsciously. But each one of those times, they taught me something. They taught me an edge. And they made me self-reflect. And I often found a way to go deeper. Deeper inside of me about what was going on in me that made me do that. That made me to try to jump out of that airplane. Oh, wait, I didn't try. You're attached to another grown man, and he jumps for you, right? Or go scuba diving when I'm terrified and feel claustrophobic when I'm under the ocean. Or when I just walk through the streets of an unknown city like New York or even Auckland in the middle of the night because I just want to experience the city. I want to feel it in my bones. I want to know what it wants to tell me and the secrets it wants to whisper to me. Often very softly, very gently. When I got to New Zealand, my biggest stress was, what would I do when I get on the stage? I looked around me and there was all these giants, these powerful beings who were healers, who knew the truth, and they knew what they wanted to say, and they had their mission, and they had their message, and they were out there, and they were living it and breathing it and doing it. And what was I doing? I was going on a walkabout. Sometimes they're so I can run and hide. But the truth is, when I really reflect and dig deep, they're exactly who I am. Every part of me, the sweat from my pits to my toes, to the moment I take my shoes off and I walk and I go up to that tree and I feel it and I connect with it and I sit with it. And I put my trunks with its trunks. And I put my hands and I feel it and I say, what do you have to share with me? And when it answers back, you. Just you. Just you. I found those trees in New Zealand. They're beautiful. I've posted pictures of them and I visit them daily since I've been here. And I'm so excited because I'm going to meet so many more of those trees. But what I really realized was that I was also a tree. And I'm rooted wherever I go. My branches reach far and wide, and they're flexible. They also provide shade and comfort. They also can be a strength for someone to lean on. and maybe something beautiful for someone to look at. But they're there for those who want to see them, for those who want to visit. And even that homeless man who walked up to me and hugged me and sang a song for me on the street. Because he could see that beautiful tree. And he knew it was inviting him. And he did not have to ask permission, because permission was freely given. To connect, to experience, to have those emotions that we don't even know where they come from, why they're there, or how to control them. New Zealand is just an expression of that for me. On one hand, I could look at it as an island, like sometimes I look at myself and say that it's separate, and we're special, and all those things. Or I could dive deeper and realize, what makes it so special is that it's connected. It's grounded. It knows exactly who it is, and it needs no one else's permission or validation or anything. It just is. So I thank New Zealand for allowing me to call this home while I'm here, because wherever I go is home. And I also thank the opportunity to stand here in front of you and say that my biggest adventure is every day. And on this journey, I learned a new word that helps me totally understand that. And that word, a stranger walked up to me and said, "Are you on holiday?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And I suddenly realized I'm on holiday because every day is holy to me. Every day. And the way that I keep it that way is when I feel I need that walkabout, or to look at that street art, or to appreciate the stamp and the steps that tell me the name of the company that made those. Those tiny details of how you picked out the jewelry around your neck, how you smile at me when I look at you, how you send me love and support and surround me with your energy to know that I'm safe and protected wherever I go. So the thing that I'm here to ask you is, what are you longing for? What are you longing to do? What impact are you going to make? And visualize that, because it's yours as soon as you decide. And I decided maybe around 3rd or 4th grade, at a very young age, I'd go to New Zealand. And I also decided that I'd go on a TV show. I'd do a humanitarian project. I'd do service in another country. And I found an opportunity that put all those and wrapped them in a sweet bow into one, which brings me here today. It also gives me this amazing title called an awakening giant.